greetings adventurers, and welcome to ADVinJapan. For those new to the channel, I'm an expat exploring the beautiful country of Japan by motorcycle. And this is part 5 in a series where I'm exploring Shikoku, Japan's 4th largest island.
Alright, I've landed in Shikoku. Korekara da yo. From here, this is it, you guys. This is it. I'm getting goosebumps already. It's gonna be nuts. This is gonna be pretty much hardcore from here on out.
Today I'll be heading southward, starting my journey in Kagawa Prefecture and winding up in the charming coastal town of Hisawa in Tokushima Prefecture. Along the way, we'll explore a famous cave, savor some delightful local cuisine, and meet some pretty cool people. But first, a stop at a local shop to fix a squeaky chain.
Arigatou gozaimashita. 助かりました。はい。Yeah, that guy was so awesome. Just did it for free. It's that service again. I don't know, I guess you could find that anywhere though in the bike world. But definitely helping me out there. Alright, so it's off to the expressway here.
Grateful for the mechanic's help, I continued my journey southward, soaking in the absolutely breathtaking scenery along the way.
Wow. Oh my god. Unbelievable. There is a little dirt path down there. I can see that. I could probably ride that, but I want to make sure that I make the cave before sunset. So I gotta kind of hightail it here a little bit. I'm always in a pinch. I gotta do my scheduling a lot better, you guys. Just totally popped out. All right, here. I think right up there is where that cave is, so. Okay. 恵比寿洞窟だ。 oh my god, I just dropped the drone. Okay guys, emergency time here. I'm trying to look for it here. Oh shit. There it is. I don't know if you see that. Oh my god. I super lucked out. There's the water. It looks like it hit right up top there. Came flying down. And it looks like it's still operational, so we're good to go. Check the camera. Yeah, the lens is not broken. I think we're good to go. Alright, well, as you can see, it's starting to get really late. I gotta go. It's a beautiful cave though. It almost spelled the end of this guy. Yeah, so just inspected some of the damage. It looks like I lost one propeller, but hey, it's better than the whole thing. And I got about 15 spare propellers, so no worries about that. Boy, that was a really freaky moment there. The Ebis Cave. You know what? I think I got a name for my drone now. Ebis. Hey, Ebis. You made it. All right, I gotta get back on the bike.
Exhausted from nearly losing my drone, I hoped that the youth hostel would be decent for a good night's sleep. To my surprise, it blew my expectations away. The hostel features a bar run by a lovely couple who actually owns the property. And the owner himself actually remodeled the entire place, creating a cozy and welcoming atmosphere. The master carpenter.
Master carpenter.
And owner. What's your name?
Umi.
Umi. Ah, beautiful name. Like the sea.
Yeah, ocean.
It's beautiful. After a long, hard day of riding, both my gas tank and my stomach were empty. So I headed out for a meal at a sushi bar recommended by Umi. And to my surprise, the experience not only refueled my body, but also lifted my spirit. This is the owner of Tsukushi, a young, vibrant chef with an obvious passion for his craft. His skill at carving the tuna was mesmerizing as he expertly used every last part of the fish, turning each cut into a masterpiece. As we spoke, I learned that the chef was born and raised in Hiwasa, and much like Umi, the owner of the hostel, he moved away only to return years later to care for his parents and take over the sushi bar. Now, the return of these two to the countryside actually reflects a recent trend in Japan, where younger generations moving back to rural areas are starting to breathe new life and energy into these small towns.
Oh my god. 暑いなこれ。こんな暑さはないんだよ普通は。これで。あ、これなんですか。ああ、すごい。ラッキーチャームみたいなね。ちょっとキノコっぽいね。ありがとうございます。すごいね。
After having been so overwhelmed by the kindness of the owner and his mother, I vowed to return again someday.
また来るよ。絶対また来るよ。ありがとうね。待ってます。
With a full belly, I headed back to the hostel to make vital repairs to my drone. Waking to a beautiful morning, I started the day with my usual stretches. After enjoying a hearty breakfast, I hit the road for a long 300-plus kilometer day. So far, Shikoku has been both inviting and hesitant, as if it were cautiously deciding whether to embrace me. Its breathtaking landscapes have beckoned me to explore further, drawing me in with every step, only to greet me with hints of peril. But is this blend of wonder and trepidation not the true call of adventure? Or is something more ominous lurking beneath the surface? As I rode along the coast, soaking in the beauty, these feelings of unease were easily dismissed by the realization that it was simply too late to turn back.
Hospital, and then I'll be admitted right away. Good night.
Oh my god.
I'm fine though. I have slight vision trouble, and that's all I feel.